Hi everyone, I'm Michelangelo. Welcome to my conversations with BlueGod, episode 30. I'm still at the same spot. I just moved the camera around a little bit. Let's continue where we left off. This is me writing after dinner after a full and intense initiation day at the Assyrian village in Quebec. And what I wrote is, what just happened at dinner tonight? Why does it feel like she snapped at me and was rude? It actually caught me off guard. The answer I got is, you are taking it personally. What this means is that you actually believe it was about you. And basically, it also means that there is a part of you that believes you were being criticized and that you feel like she thinks you did something wrong. The reason you were being attacked had nothing to do with the actual conversation and what you said. This is why you were taken off guard. You could have said something gentle and yet direct, like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm feeling blamed for something and I don't know what for. I am feeling uncomfortable. This would have at least placed the attention on her consequences for being impatient, cranky, and reactive, which is mostly what was going on. You have to realize that the threshold for most people is a lot lower than yours. It really was a full day and a very intense day, and although she may appear on the surface to be doing fine, she has really been under a lot of stress and worry. This too is much greater and much more common for most people than it is for you. Remember, most people are already starting off with less patience and less leeway than you are. Then, when they have a long day filled up with so much intensity, it's easy to snap. Remember, at the base of you being triggered is that you want to be liked, and even more so, you want to be recognized. So you're still overly sensitive right now. It triggered your emotional wounds. On a deep level, she knew this because she too is very sensitive and very intuitive. Be a little more patient for now. The more confident you get with your blue movement mission, the more difficult it will be for others to trigger you. We already acknowledged that your level of feeling recognized has been excessively low, all things considered, and so it's normal that you are still so vulnerable right now. But also remember, it is one of the major factors that has made you so strong, so persistent, and such a strong fighter for righteousness. Until you will build more bridges and become more intimately accessible to people, you have to realize that being so righteous is triggering in and of itself. People can feel it, and the more sensitive someone is, the more they will feel it. In this case, it also contributed to her being triggered. It is always a balancing act between the darkness and the light. Come the end of the day, a part of her felt like she had done her spiritual work for the day, and so she could then be on vacation mode. Realize that to be conscious is a lot of work for most people. So much so that most won't even attempt it. For someone like her instead, she is really trying, but it still is a lot of work. At the end of such a spiritually charged day, she will believe that she has earned the right to cut some slack. But just being in your presence is naturally and automatically confronting of anything unconscious, just naturally because you don't take breaks. This is a completely foreign concept for most humans. Almost no one will believe you if you told them. That is the real reason she snapped at you. She actually was annoyed because your very presence made it more difficult for her to dip into her less conscious states. Her ego was threatened because you did not participate with it. By snapping at you, it diverted the attention from her to you. She did not want to be seen as slacking or taking a break from being conscious. especially because there were other people around. Had it been just you and her, she would have not been as threatened and would not have snapped. On the flip side, a part of the reason why she would not have snapped if it was just you two is because she would not want to show her more vulnerable side, and so she would push herself to continue to perform. Remember, no one wants to be criticized and judged. This is one of the main driving forces for a great majority of all human interactions. Wanting to be acknowledged and praised and not wanting to be judged. Does this sound familiar? This is the very thing that you are also working on. The degree to which these forces determine one's actions is the degree to which one is still not truly free. I explain all this to you because it is helpful for you to have more and more direct insight into how different and difficult it really is for most people. It is an important part of your developmental process because it will also help clarify how very different your perspective is. We really need to acknowledge this more, and you need to believe it more. Most do not see what you see. Most do not know what you know. Most do not love like you love. Most do not know me like you do. Everybody wants to, and everybody eventually will, but you are of the few blessed ones. It is not better or worse. It just means that you have a very specific mission to bring out, and that this is what was necessary. The sooner you truly and deeply understand and accept this, the sooner you will be able to live out your mission. I am happy you have opened up to me in this new way. It means you are serious and ready. I will not let you down. Episode 31 begins with you should check in. Actually, BlueGod saying, you should check in with me, even if just quickly, first thing in the morning. I will help align you for your day. And I wrote, I need some help getting started with exercising. I know that as I get started, it will get easier to continue. BlueGod's advice on how to get started with exercise in episode number 31. I love you, you love me, even if you're not even conscious of it, because I am you and you are me. We are one mind, one consciousness. The sooner and the quicker we unite, the sooner and the quicker we will liberate not only ourselves, but all of humanity. Thank you. Please subscribe. And then it's a two-step process. For those who are not millenniums or those a little bit behind, subscribe and then click on the little bell and click all so that you will receive notifications every time I post a new video. See you in the next journey as our journey continues.